like, comment, and subscribe for more content. What is going on, guys? Happy Super Tuesday. What is Super Tuesday, you're asking? I don't know, but G says it all the time in Street Fighter V.
It's Super Tuesday.
And speaking of my main man G, did you know that at one point during his conceptual stages, that G looked like this? This character right here was initially going to be the final boss of Street Fighter V. Capcom had the idea of the final boss being this like crazy fighting American president, which is hilarious, right? And, you know, as we know, they actually didn't end up going with that. They went with Necalli, right? And then Capcom forgot about Necalli. Then they decided to bring back this concept and made G. And G, this may be a bold claim, but in my opinion, G is probably one of the best Street Fighter newcomers ever, right? I truly believe that. I think G is incredible. I actually can't wait for them to bring him back in Street Fighter 6 if they do decide to bring him back. So, in this video, I just want to take a look at some unused character concepts, because sometimes Capcom, they make these really cool character concept art and then they don't do anything with them, right? But then, like in G's case, they actually went back, retooled the concept a little bit, you know, and then they brought the character in, and it's like one of the most popular characters ever. So I just want to take a look at some of these concept arts, right? Because if you've been on my channel for a while, you guys know that I love looking at concept art. Just seeing the creative process, woo, man, it does things in me. So do me a favor, guys, leave a like, subscribe if you guys like Capcom stuff. If you guys like Street Fighter stuff, I would appreciate that a lot. And without any further ado, let's get to it. So speaking of Necalli, we're just going to dive into Street Fighter V, right? Necalli, at one point, looked like this. He was a crazy snowman. That's actually the name of this design, the snowman, right? So at one point, Necalli was going to be this Yeti. And I'll be honest with you guys, I actually like Necalli quite a bit. I just think that Capcom, you know, they dropped the ball, you know, in the final product. But I'm very confident that Necalli's one of those characters, like Ed, that they can just bring back in Street Fighter 6. You know, retool him a little bit, right? Make some tweaks. And he'll be a super popular character, just like Ed. I'm 100% confident in that. However, you know, if Capcom wanted to, they can revisit the snowman as well, right? Because he looks really cool, right? In the notes, some people on the dev team, they refer to this guy as Handsome Zangief, which is really funny. Also, in the notes, in the concept art, you can see where, like, he goes Super Saiyan like Necalli. His hair goes up and goes crazy, right? Just like the final character. I would love to see this character come back, right? So while we're still on Street Fighter V, we're gonna take a dip, you know, into Street Fighter 6, right? We're gonna be crazy a little bit here. We're gonna tiptoe on the crossroads because we're talking about Luke. Luke is a character who was introduced in Street Fighter V, but you know, he's supposed to be a newcomer in Street Fighter 6, right? He's the main character, right? He started off kind of on a rocky road, you know, just because Street Fighter V is kind of like it's a half-baked game anyway. So we really didn't get the full Luke experience, right? But now that we've seen him in Street Fighter 6, you know, we've seen him in World Tour mode. Now, Luke is one of my favorite characters in Street Fighter, right? People love Luke. He's our lovable gym bro. Dude, Luke is great, man. However, recently, someone got their hands on some Luke concept art, right? This is actually the reason why I wanted to make this video, because some of the Luke concept art is insane. At one point, Luke was black, right? We had black Luke. And dude, he looks so cool, man. He's got the dreads. At one point, there's one where he has like a beanie on, right? The beanie's cool and all, but back to this one, right? This one is really interesting because, you know, he has the crazy arms like Luke, but also you can tell that they were making the new main character for a Street Fighter game, right? Because, like, if you look at his head, he has like a little army cap on, right? He has some army boots. Cool. He has Luke's gloves, but also he has like Shoto pants on, right? Like Ryu, Ken, Sean, right? So, listen, man. listen, I really want to see this character design come back. I think what they should do, because I have this theory that Capcom is making Bosch playable in one of the upcoming seasons. I think Capcom should take the main default created character from World Tour, right? The main black guy that the default character. I think that they should introduce him as a main playable character, right? Give him an actual name, and then give him this design, right? Maybe, after he's trained with Luke, right? He looks like this now, right? Which is why he has, loose gloves. He graduates buckler security, right? Because this design has aspects of other characters that, you could have trained with in the World Tour mode, right? Dude, this is perfect, man. I really like this design. Also, there's this one, too. It looks super cool. I like this one, too, right? But, man, dude, I think Capcom, they had an opportunity here to do something really special. I just don't want them to drop the ball with this because it's really cool. So, moving on from Black Luke, we're tiptoeing back to Street Fighter V, right? We're going to talk about Manat, right? Manat is one of the most popular characters. She's right there with G, right? G, Rashid, Manat. Those are the three standout characters of Street Fighter V, right? They have huge fan bases, right? Manat is incredibly popular. She's a great character, right? She's hot, she's cute, she's interesting. However, some of her concept designs, I wouldn't mind seeing them come back, right? My favorite of which is this one, right? This is I believe they called it Delinquent Manat, right? So you have this character right here. She still has soul power, just like how Manat does, because she was trained by Rose. This lady right here, she's a Italian delinquent, right? She loves anime, and she uses soul power to beat the crap out of people. Super cool. Man, oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Dude, this is a concept that prints money. Dude, my phone is going off. People agree with me. They like this chick too, right? A second, design of hers that I really liked, the runner-up, is this one right here, right? This is she's kind of like a goth chick, right? There's some Harley Quinn elements in there too. But anyway, she's like a punk street magician type chick who's being trained by Rose still, right? So she uses soul powers in conjunction with her cards, but she's secretly planning on beating Rose and overthrowing her. Super cool stuff, man. Really cool. I like that. And then the final Manat design, right? Dude, Manat had a ton of concept designs, right? None of which looked like Manat, in the final product. So in my opinion, at least in my eyes, these are all different characters, The last one is this chick right here. She is a pizza delivery driver. She's a pizza delivery girl, but she's actually an assassin. Yeah, boy. So she's coming to deliver your pizza, but she's actually here to kill you, right? So that's fun. That's cool. Like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing any or all of these chicks make it into Street Fighter, and Black Luke and the Yeti guy. Please, Capcom. Please. I would appreciate that. But now we're done with Street Fighter V. Actually, no, we're not. There's one more. There's one more from Street Fighter V I want to talk about. In the early conceptual days of Street Fighter V, they didn't even know what newcomers they were going to put in the game yet, right? At one point, we had this chick. She was an American football player, right? She was going to be a grappler. Oh, dude. That's a good design, man. That's a good concept, right? They just couldn't figure out her moveset, right? However, fortunately for this chick, they didn't outright scrap her, right? They actually made a character a part of, what's her name? Armika. Armika's story involves her, making this female wrestling, this wrestling circuit. And one of them is a Canadian football star, and her name is Maple Storm, right? I want to see this chick come back, right? If we need a Canadian representative, we can leave Abigail in the past if they're not going to retrain him or, change his design. Bring in Maple Storm. She's hot, right? A cool lady football grappler. Dude, the money prints itself. So now we're officially done with Street Fighter V. We're moving on to Street Fighter IV. If you guys are familiar with the concept of Street Fighter IV, you guys already know who this character is. It's King Cobra, right? King Cobra was initially how Rufus was going to be, right? He was going to be based on Kobe Bryant and the Wu-Tang Clan, and he was going to be a Shoto. Unfortunately, Capcom decided not to do this, right? Even though it looks sick and everyone in the world wants this guy to come back, they decided to go with Rufus. Yeah. Moment of silence. They went with Rufus. I don't want to talk about this anymore. It makes me sad. So moving on to our final batch of characters. These guys come from Street Fighter 3. Street Fighter 3, famously, was the first Street Fighter game after a long while to really shake up the roster and add a bunch of weirdos to the roster. One of which was this guy. This guy. Not the Raptor, but this guy with the leaf on his junk. I'm joking. We're talking about the Raptor. Look at it. We almost had a Velociraptor in the Street Fighter game. Capcom, please, Capcom, bring the Velociraptor back. Please. Man, I want the final season of Street Fighter 6. Dude, I want the final season of Street Fighter 6. I want them to have the Velociraptor. I want them to have King Cobra. Man, I want them to have all the Manat designs. Bring in Maple Storm and Black Luke. Please. Oh, and the Yeti. Don't even have him be a part of the final season. Have him be like a season bonus. Please. Dude, there's some good stuff here, man. I just wish Capcom would go back and, pull some of these designs. A man could hope. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Are there any designs here that we went over today that you guys really like? Let me know in the comment section below. And while you're down there, do all that cool stuff. Leave a like, subscribe. I would appreciate that a ton. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.